Used the hole, they could have entered and exited the seance room.
With ease, with great ease.
If we consider that possibility, then there is another suspect.
Another suspect?
Who could it be?
It's appearing before me.
Oh, God.
Oh, I can see it clearly. The true identity of Tenko's killer.
Who's the true killer of Tenko's killing? The bullets are... okay.
The culprit sneaked in during the seance. By
Hole
crawling
in the
under the floor.
I mean, yes.
But it was pitch black during the seance.
The
How could they even see if they were under the floor?
Ooh, that's true.
Because it wasn't dark under the floor.
Wasn't it?
You see, our villain had a light.
Light? You mean candle?
I mean Kibo's flashlight function.
What that?
Huh? Now hold on a second.
Kibo could have used that function to get under the floor and sneak into the empty room during the seance.
But that light's so bright.
I said hold on a second.
Now we're just pointing fingers at
He used his
Kibo.
robot functions to commit the murders.
Hold on a second.
It's true that with a little light you could move around under the floor. But is that possible?
The culprit sneaked in during the seance. By crawling under the floor.
But it was pitch black during the seance. How could they even see if they were under the floor?
Because it wasn't dark under the floor. You see, our villain had a light.
Did they?
Light? You mean candle?
I mean Kibo's flashlight function. Huh? Now hold on a second.
Kibo could have used that function to get under the floor
I mean...
sneak into the empty room during the seance.
I said hold on a second.
He used his robot functions to commit the murders.
Hold on a second.
Okay, I don't think the light is the thing. I mean, that light
The
was
culprit
bright in
sneaked
the
in
entire room
during the
because it was
seance.
dark as hell. We must see at least something.
By crawling under the floor.
But it was pitch black.
Because it wasn't dark under the floor.
Was it?
See, our villain.
Did they have a light? Did they have a light? Because
That's
it's...
wrong.
Because we would have seen the light in the floor.
I don't think the culprit could have used a light while under the floor.
Otherwise, we would have seen it.
There was a hole in the corner of the room.
Yeah, the hole in the corner of the room so they could... Oh, yeah, yes.
If a light were used, it would have leaked through and we would have seen it.
When we did the seance, the room was definitely pitch black.
Uh-huh.
So a light was not shined under the floor, which means you cannot claim I am the culprit.
I mean, it does kind of not say you're the culprit.
Jeez. Here I thought this would be the case where the murder could only be done by a robot.
You have accused me of being the culprit more than once now, simply because I am a robot.
Racist! Or
My
robophobic?
status as a robot does not mean I am capable of performing superhuman feats. My vision is somewhat poor, and I only possess average physical strength and intelligence.
Really? Seems about a downgrade for a robot.
All right, you made your point. God, now I feel sort of bad for you.
Oh, God.
I neither want nor need your pity.
Ooh, what?
Enough with the flashlight! It's way too bright!
My eyes!
It would have been difficult to move around under the floor in that pitch black darkness. Maybe the floor and the hole have nothing to do with this case.
Then why was floorboard under Tenko lined up funny?
That's true.
Going to think that was so culprit could stab Tenko from under floor.
I mean, yeah, but it's...
Ooh, nice observation, Gonta. Are you finally...
Oh, God damn it.
Thank you.
Damn trigger finger, stop doing that! I need to focus on this stuff!
Don't say it like that. You're better off not being used to this kind of stuff.
Yeah, Gonta, you're a good boy. Do not let Koichi manipulate you anymore, please.
Maybe they marked Tenko with glowing paint and looked for that.
Now I'm going to think of the second game!
That'd let the culprit find her. Then they could stab her through the floorboards.
First, I didn't see any paint. Second, that's from the second game!
Boy, that sounds really familiar too. But I'm just gonna ignore it.
First game, second game! What's next, Ultra Despair Girls?
Her corpse didn't have any trace of glowing paint, though.
Oh, yeah. So then why was that floorboard loose?
The loose floorboard was the one under Tenko, right?
Yes.
If the culprit used it while she was still alive, she'd totally notice.
Who fucking cares? Fussing over that won't get us closer to the culprit!
We shouldn't dismiss this line of inquiry, however.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of butting our heads against this, how about we concentrate on another issue?
Which is?
What other issue?
Perhaps first, we should figure out how and when exactly Tenko was killed.
Oh, okay. Well, it's definitely during the seance.
When? So not during seance?
No, it was during the seance. In the middle of
Tenko
it.
was in the metal cage for the whole seance, wasn't she? How could someone have gotten to her there?
That's a very good question, Himiko.
Maybe the culprit killed her before she went under the metal cage.
Doubt it. I heard a loud thump in the dark.
That's not possible. She was alive at that point.
Yeah, she was still speaking away. This is the point of no return, Tenko. After this point, you mustn't speak. The next time you open your mouth, it will be Anji speaking through you. Understood! I will not say a word until the seance is over.
Yes, she was unmistakably alive when the seance began.
That was right before we blew out the candles. But when the light came back...
She was dead.
The floorboard was removed at that point, so it's likely she was already dead then.
Rest in peace.
So she was killed when the room was dark?
But she was inside cage, right? Going to think it impossible to kill her then.
Well, she was in one place.
She wasn't killed when the room was dark. It was a different time.
When?
A different time?
How the fuck should I know? You figure it out, shitheads.
You're the one who brought it up!
Huh? Since Gonta said it was impossible, I'm proposing an alternate theory.
Which is...
Now hurry up and think! If you want to make my golden brain tingle, start circle jerking your limp dick brains!
God damn it! Someone get soap for this girl! She needs to wash her mouth out! Alright, what do I got this time? I've got... Oculus statue, iron cage,
When Tenko got killed,
white sheet,
it wasn't during the
dog
seance.
statue. Well, we couldn't see
It
anything
could
with the
not
white
have been
sheet.
done at any other time. She was under the cage the whole time.
That's true. She was under the
dead
cage.
when the cage was lifted.
What about moment Cage was lifted?
Like that.
When Cage lifted, culprit stabbed Tenko real fast. So fast, no one saw.
Oh my!
Is she getting off to this?
So who lifted the cage?
Himiko did. Stop getting off!
Obviously, Himiko is the culprit.
It's not. Oh god.
There's no doubt.
Dirty girl. Tenko not being killed during the seance. The moment, that means that may not be possible, but there's no evidence for it.
When Tenko got killed, it wasn't during the seance.
It could not have been done at any other time. She was under the cage the whole time.
She was underneath the cage the whole time.
She was dead when the cage was lifted.
Yeah, you lifted the sheet, didn't you?
What about moment Cage was lifted?
No, because we had the white sheet off first.
That's wrong!
No, it wasn't possible to kill her the moment the cage was lifted. Because the inside of the white cloth had Tenko's blood on it.
Yeah, it had her blood on it. Remember?
That cloth was removed before the cage was lifted.
He lifted the cage, well, he lifted the sheet, then he was like, oh my, is everything okay? Then Himiko went over to the cage, running like a mad thing.
If Tenko was stabbed then, there wouldn't be blood on the cloth.
Yeah!
What? But how could my golden brain be wrong when it felt so right?
Oh, stop it!
The only possibility is that Tenko was killed during the seance.
I got your remodel right here!
That actually scared me there! God damn it, you!
No, it's still wrong to think that Tenko was killed during the seance.
But I heard a noise!
What?
I'm gonna prove it right now. My golden brain is gonna go all out!
Oh god, we have a sword fight now. Get my samurai sword out, folks! Why? Marking stone?
Tenko died after the seance. It happened when the sheet was lifted. That was the moment the culprit chose to stab the fuck out of Tenko through the cage. They stuck the thin blade through the gaps of, and that clean white sheet got stained blood red!
But the weapon was a sickle.
Yeah!
Only the blade could have fit through the gaps.
The blade's all you need. If you stick the blade through a gap in the cage, it'd be long enough to reach Tenko.
Giggity.
Sitting in there with her neck all exposed. She wasn't that far from the cage's gaps.
I mean, she wasn't.
In which case, the person who lifted the sheet is... And that's none other than Kyo!
Kyo did it? There has to be a hole in Mew's logic somewhere. I mean, I'm trying to think of it. What I've got to deal with is... I've got the marking stone, the sheet, the iron cage.
The blade's all you need. If you
Oh,
stick
the marking
blade through a
stone!
gap in the cage, it'd be long enough to reach Tenko.
But there's a marking
Sitting in
stone.
there with her neck all exposed.
The marking stone pointed at the right point. She had the marking stone on her forehead, so she had to be at that specific spot.
Wait just a minute. Tenko wasn't sitting down inside the cage.
She was marked down.
She was bent over with her forehead against the marker stone. And the cage itself was about 3 feet tall.
Yeah, so there's plenty of room to wiggle around.
The sickle's blade was too short to reach Tenko while she was in that position.
Then I messed up again? How could this happen? I am so embarrassed.
Yeah!
No worries, Mew. Everyone already knows you're an embarrassment to the human race.
Oh god!
Yeah, no worries.
God, I don't agree with that!
Ah!
And she gets off to it.
If Shuichi is right, then it's impossible for Tenko to have been killed through the cage.
She couldn't have been killed during the seance since she was in the cage, right?
I mean, well, I heard something.
If she was killed then, the cloth over the cage would have been pierced.
That's true too.
Not during the seance or from below the floor. Then it's impossible, isn't it?
I don't know. I still think it could have been underneath the floorboards.
Yeah, for a living person.
Oh god, not this.
Huh?
Here we go again.
What if Angie's spirit killed Tenko?
No, it didn't.
What are you talking about? That's not possible.
We don't know that. Some things are impossible for a human, but not for a spirit.
There are no such thing as ghosts.
Don't say stupid stuff like that. Screw spirits.
Stop that now.
Even Maki's getting annoyed.
Angie's spirit killed Tenko?
No, it didn't, Himiko.
Himiko?
Why would Angie's spirit kill Tenko?
What if Tenko killed Angie, and then Angie's spirit came back for revenge?
Like I said, that's impossible. Spirits can't be culprits.
Yeah, they're already dead.
Then explain how the culprit killed Tenko under these impossible circumstances.
I don't know.
Well,
See? You can't explain, can you? Only a spirit could have done that.
Wait, I know. What if the culprit was hiding inside the cage?
How is that possible?
If they were in there, they could have stabbed Tenko during the seance.
Well,
No. If there was someone else in the cage, we would have
I
noticed.
agree with Kaito. The culprit could have been inside the cage.
really? You do?
Nonsense. There was no space in the cage for the culprit to hide.
I mean,
Maybe the culprit wouldn't need to hide in the first place.
What?
Also, the culprit could have killed her in the cage at any time.
anytime?
I think you know what I'm getting at, right?
No, I don't. Then she refused to. I mean, I don't. Show questions, please. I am so lost. Oh, I didn't.
I believe Maki is referring to Tenko herself.
What? Wait, hold on. Okay, first of all, I was trying to hit the wrong. I hit the wrong key. I got a lucky break. Oh God.
What did you say?
Was it suicide then?
Are you saying Tenko is the culprit?
She committed suicide.
Really?
Suicide?
If she committed suicide, it would explain a lot of things we couldn't figure out.
I mean,
She volunteered to be in the cage, and then stabbed herself during the seance.
what would she have gone to your laboratory, wouldn't she, Maki?
It wouldn't matter how dark the room was.
If she killed herself.
But the sickle she was stabbed with was under the floor, right? If Tenko had stabbed herself, wouldn't the sickle still be inside the cage?
Unless it went underneath the floor when the floor went up.
Oh my god. Mew actually said something smart.
Perhaps that explains why the floorboard was removed. After stabbing herself with the sickle, she threw it underneath the floor.
So she took off the floorboard to get rid of the sickle?
Yes, that makes sense to Gonta.
Well, it doesn't make sense to me.
Why would she commit suicide, though?
There's no reason for Tenko to commit suicide.
Maybe I wasn't too far off with the theory I had earlier. You know, about Tenko killing Angie.
Yeah?
Because Tenko and Angie were fighting for your attention, right?
That's incredibly true. Hey, Angie, when did you brainwash Himiko?
Tenko's pent-up frustration led her to commit such an atrocity. Her conscience couldn't handle it anymore, so she decided to end her own life.
What?
But if she was gonna kill herself, why do it during the seance?
Good question.
She wanted to hide the truth of her suicide.
Wouldn't a note be...
Why?
There could only be one reason to hide it in a killing game, right? It's to take us down with her.
What?
Take us down?
She didn't hate us all.
She wanted us to pick the wrong answer during the class trial, so she could bring us all down. She wanted us to die with her.
I don't think she was that suicidal.
Okay, well, she probably just wanted Himiko to die with her, but still.
Yeah, that makes more sense, actually.
What are you saying? Tenko wasn't like that.
I mean, she wasn't. At least I hope it wasn't. Keep your chin up and live life facing forward, surviving, with me and everyone else. She did say
What
that.
If all of that was just a lie?
A lie?
Wait, we should believe Tenko's last words.
The true terror of class trials is that you shouldn't believe everything said.
That's incredibly true.
Himiko, you said that Tenko would never do anything like that. But how can you be so sure? Did you guys actually know each other?
Oh god, that's actually true. Did they actually know each other? I don't think they knew each other very well.
People keep all sorts of secrets. Like Maki. She hid the fact that she's a cold-blooded killer.
True!
Is it wise of us to trust other people wholeheartedly in this kind of situation?
Jeez, you're such a naive dude.
Naive?
Naive?
We're all just people, you know? Of course we're gonna have some secrets.
Yeah, everyone's got a skeleton or two in their closet.
What
Mine
matters is
is
whether
quite
there's
good.
any malice behind them.
People can lie about how malicious their hidden secrets really are.
Says the one who's got the biggest one in the room.
Well, duh. It's impossible to know for sure what others are thinking. That's why it all comes down to whether or not you believe in yourself. If you get betrayed, it's not their fault. It's your fault for believing in them.
Exactly! I'm with Kaito 100%.
That's why I believed in Maki Roll, because I wanted to believe in her.
Maki roll!
Just because you're acting all cool doesn't mean you get to skip training.
Hey, come on. Don't you think you're being a little too strict?
You're the one who started the train. Now be a good example and train with us.
Well, we come from different backgrounds. So for now, let's agree to disagree.
Fair enough.
No one's ever called me naive before. And from Kaito? Seriously?
You've hit rock bottom.
Whether or not I believe. My heart can't reach Tenko anymore. But I want to believe in her.
Then believe in her, Himiko.
She wouldn't commit suicide. She wouldn't try to take us down. That's what I want to believe.
Me too. Gonta no can believe Tenko commits suicide.
But if Tenko did commit suicide, that would answer all of our questions.
Yeah, it would actually.
If you insist we believe in Tenko, then provide a reason to do so.
Oh god, I feel like I need to make a lie bullet now. A purple reason?
Alright, I'll give you a reason.
Yeah, I have a strong feeling this is gonna be a lie bullet I have to do.
Is there a reason?
Yes, there is. Will you trust me, Maki? If it turns out I'm wrong, you can blame me all you like. But for now, I need you to trust in my detective work.
Okay. I've been good with the truth bullets so far, but I think I'm gonna fuck up with the lie bullets. I don't believe Tenko would kill herself because of what she said. Okay, everyone. I'll see you guys after the seance. She said, see you guys after. I doubt she had a sudden change of heart. Just because we don't know how she was killed doesn't mean that it was a suicide. We shouldn't be staying with that. And if we keep thinking, we'll find the truth. And that means we have to believe in Tenko. I'll make them all believe. Alright, here we go. Okay, I've got the Monokuma file. Okay.
So far, suicide seems to be the best explanation.
That's the child
plan
thing.
was to take us
Tenko's
down
last
with her.
moments.
So she hid her true intentions.
Tenko's not that kind of person!
But if Tenko did commit suicide,
Hold in the car.
it would explain how she died during the seance.
She could have secretly brought the sickle.
Where though?
And then stabbed herself with it.
Finally, with the last of her strength, she threw the sickle underneath the floor. All the pieces fit.
Everyone thinks that Tenko commits suicide. But only because they lacking into the early ends. To get out of this, I need to make them think their suicide theory wasn't work.
So far, suicide seems to be the best
Okay, well, her last moments are fine.
Her plan was to take us down with her.
No!
So she hid her true intentions.
Tenko's not that kind
Oh!
of person!
Whoa, did I do it? I think I did it.
But if Tenko did commit suicide,
Tenko's death
it would
immediate.
explain how she died during the seance.
She could have secretly brought the sickle. And then stabbed herself with it.
I mean...
Finally, with the last of her strength.
Oh!
I'll reveal the truth.
I was just taking a shot in the dark.
Tenko couldn't have thrown the sickle under the floor. Because she died instantly.
She did?
Instantly?
Oh yeah! I mean, her body was so lifeless. Her body may not have been instant, but she couldn't have gone far before she bled out. That's true, she bled like crazy!
I'm certain of it. My investigation determined that she died instantly.
What's your opinion, Maki? I'd like to hear from someone who specializes in murder.
Shut up!
Maki.
You're right. I completely forgot about that important detail. Tenko died instantly.
She's helping me!
As an assassin, I specialize in killing my targets swiftly. I have no doubt that Tenko was killed immediately.
Words of a true killer. Pretty sure we can believe everything she said.
Especially about killing! Thank you, Maki.
How could you forget that, Maki Roll? You better apologize to Shuichi.
Excuse me?
It's okay, Kaito, really. No apology necessary.
Yeah! Don't anger the assassin lady now!
Anyway, Tenko died so suddenly that she couldn't have gotten rid of the sickle. Knowing that, the theory that she killed herself just doesn't fit, correct?
So that theory's out the window!
Just like I thought. Tenko wouldn't commit suicide.
Thank goodness, Himiko.
Which means someone definitely killed Tenko during the seance.
But the real question is, why?
Her suicide was considered because we could not determine how she was killed.
No, there must have been a way. We're gonna figure it out.
Exactly, I'm with Kaito all the way, my bro! My best
Did any
friend!
of the participants witness anything peculiar during the seance?
I didn't witness anything, but I heard something!
If you know something, please speak up. It could be the key to solving this mystery.
No, not a bad idea. We should remember what happened at the seance. Let me try to remember. I'm sure there's something. I need some kind of clue that will help me solve this mystery. I definitely remember there being a sound. Sound doing the seance! Okay, that's one of the true bullets I'll definitely
During
use.
the seance?
There is something that bothers me.
Which is?
The fact that the seance failed. The ritual was perfect, and yet it failed.
True.
Utterly strange.
Now that I think about it, while we were all singing the song, I heard something fall.
Yeah, that's the one I gotta agree with.
I'm more concerned about how dark it got in there.
It was pitch black.
I mean, it was totally pitch black. My job was to relight the candles.
So was mine.
Moving along the walls was seriously tough.
It was pitch black during the seance. That limits what could have happened. Just calm down, think. There must be some kind of clue.
Did anything seem out of the ordinary during the seance?
Well,
There is something that bothers me.
the fact that it didn't work.
The fact that the seance failed. The ritual was perfect, and yet it failed. How
You did something
utterly
wrong.
strange.
Now that I think about it,
Okay, I think it's this one. It's that sound.
while we were all singing the song, I heard something.
Fire! I agree with that.
Himiko, you think that something fell because of that sound you heard, right?
I heard it too. Sing, 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 sing. We will sing this song. Then that happened.
It sounded like something heavy fell down and hit the floor
Really heavy.
hard. What could have fallen down?
That's good. What did fall down?
Fallen down? There wasn't anything on the ceiling that could have fallen down, right?
I don't know.
Am I wrong? I thought something fell.
I heard something too.
The sound was pretty loud. It did seem like something hit the floorboards.
A loud sound like something hit the floorboards. Maybe that sound had something to do with the other things that happened in the dark. Oh, God. No. Not the statue. Tenko's body, may she rest in peace. The cage? No. I'll try the cage. Maybe the iron cage made that sound. The iron cage was heavy, but I don't think there were any oh, okay. I don't think that's the case, do you? Everyone's staring at me, I screwed up! Oh god, okay, well at least I got one wrong for once. The floorboard? Loosened floorboard.
This is it! I think the floorboard coming off had something to do with that sound. That floorboard came loose at some point during the seance, right?
That's very true, and it shifted.
Would the floorboard have made such a loud sound, though?
If you lift it with a human body on top of it, I would imagine it would.
It was the sound of an intense impact.
If the impact was that intense, then it could have loosened the floorboard.
That's it. That is true. There would have been had to be a strong impact to make that sound. But what was it? What could it possibly be?
Alright then, let's go with that. We all gotta put our heads together now.
Okay. Here we go again. Gotta figure out why, though. Okay, sound during the...
So what made the floorboard come loose?
Judging from the sound, there must have been considerable force.
Someone who participated in the seance.
Cross-paneling under the floor. Actually, yeah.
That wouldn't make such a loud crashing sound.
But the cross-paneling did break.
Maybe the wooden statue fell over.
No, the dog was fine.
But that statue was still on top of the cage.
Culprit hide under floor, then stood up with such might.
But we already said there was no one under the floor.
Someone must have stomped through the floorboard.
Stomp through the floorboard?
A floorboard that comes loose when you step on it is dangerous. God, it's like I'm the only one here who's staying on the ball.
I hardly have any experience with balls to say that, Mew.
Don't be stupid. Don't you know me and balls are the best of friends?
I can't handle Mew anymore. What would have made that a strong enough impact to knock the floorboard loose? If I think about it, I think.
So what made the floorboard?
And I hate to admit this, but I think that little lying bastard is right, and this is the answer. The cross paneling under the floor.
Maybe that
statue fell over.
Nope, it wasn't the statue.
That statue.
Culprit hide under floor. Then stood up with
But we already.
Someone must have stomped through the floorboard.
I hate to agree with him.
I agree.
God, I hate agreeing with this little asshole. As everything decided to freeze. What happened? What did I do? The game froze on me, son of a bitch! Well, that's what I get. Okay, I'm back. I have had to do this all over again because I didn't get to the save point,
So
but
what made the floorboard come loose?
I pretty much know where this one is. It is the crossboard under the wrong thing to shoot at, but okay. So
Maybe
it
that
should have
was the
been.
floorboard.
No.
That wouldn't make such a loud crashing sound.
Statue fell over.
But that statue was.
culprit hide under floor. They stood up with such might.
But we already.
Come on.
Someone must have stomped through the floorboard.
A floorboard that comes loose when. God, it's like I'm here who's.
You hardly have any experience with balls to say that, Mew.
Don't be stupid. Don't you know me and balls are the best of friends?
Oh God.
So what made the
Okay, so it was the little liar that I had to go with.
Under floor.
They stood up with such might.
Come on, come on.
Must have stomped through the floorboard.
There we go.
I agree.
I have to agree with the liar of all people.
Kokichi is right. The floorboard came loose because someone stomped on it.
Yeah, there's a giant gap underneath it.
The floorboards fit perfect. Going to make sure first time we go to empty room.
Did you though?
When we first saw the room, yes. But when I looked again during the investigation...
It was open. It was broken. It was a gap there.
One of the cross pieces supporting the floorboards was cut off.
Meaning there's enough room for someone to squeeze through.
After examining the cut, I concluded that it must have been done deliberately.
It's such a clean cut as well.
You mean the culprit, right? Why'd they do that?
So they could get to Tenko.
What did the culprit stand to gain by cutting the cross piece?
What did they stand to gain? That's the question. To solve this case, I need to think carefully about the crossbeam and floorboards. Okay, let's look at this. Tenko's body was on one end of the floorboard, and the crossbeam that had been cut was on the other end. Okay. To the unstable part was outside the cage, so it could have been stepped on. Only one of the crossbeams was cut. The other two were intact. Okay. One of them was right under Tenko, and the other was in the corner, right above the edge of the circle of the cage was. That was the culprit's attention to something by stopping on the floorboards. Think, come on, think! Oh god, here we go, another one. Oh, I hate this one! Oh god. Oh! Okay. Okay, S, E... No. Okay, C. W. A. No. Okay. Maybe another S. C's. Okay, C's. C's, no. Maybe this? Okay, C's away. Okay, E, okay, so C's. Okay, oh god, I think this? Okay. C's effect? Saw...
That's right. The floorboard might have been used as a seesaw.
A seesaw, that's it!
A seesaw?
You ever been on one? You look like you're at the same age that you would still be on a seesaw.
The crosspiece at one end of the floorboard had been cut off.
Right.
The other two crosspieces holding up that board were close to the cage. Meaning, if you were to apply force to the end of the floorboard with no crosspiece,
oh!
the next crosspiece would act as a fulcrum to turn the floorboard into a lever.
Okay.
A lever capable of lifting up Tenko's entire body.
That actually would work.
Her whole body lifted up?
In the cage.
Yeah, that sounds like a seesaw, alright. But why bother lifting Tenko's body?
They couldn't have killed Tenko like that, unless they used the sickle.
That's exactly it. Using the seesaw trick, it was possible to kill Tenko with a sickle.
How?
Huh? How?
In order for the culprit to kill Tenko with a seesaw trick,
The top of the cage.
the placement of the sickle is the most important factor.
So was it already on top of the cage before it all happened? The floorboard seesaw, the cage, and the blood on the white fabric. What connects can I draw from them? The only one place the sickle could have been at that is completely on top of the cage.
That's it.
Okay, then how?
The sickle was at the top of the iron cage, with the blade facing down.
Oh my god! I think I might have just figured out Tenko's killer.
The reason we didn't see it was because of the fabric covering the cage.
So it was already on top, and who put the fabric on? Then we just saw Tenko's killer.
Also, the wooden statue kept the blade in place. It's true that the sickle's handle was thick, which made the statue wobble. But the statue's weight kept it from falling over.
Yeah, that statue is heavy as fuck!
Once everything was in place, if you stepped hard enough on the seesaw,
it would kill her instantly.
Tenko's body would have shot upward, and hit the blade on the top of the cage.
Oh, God.
She was bent over, meaning the sickle's blade would have connected with her neck.
Ugh.
The 6-inch sickle blade wasn't long enough to stab Tenko in her crouch position.
But it was long enough when the seesaw happened.
But with the floorboard acting as a seesaw, it could compensate for the blade's length.
And here's another thing. If that's on top, who took it off? It all points to one person.
Bringing the victim to the sickle, rather than bringing the sickle to the victim. That's definitely an unorthodox idea.
Very unorthodox.
It's crazy, but it would explain how Tenko got stabbed while she was in the cage.
So the sound we heard was the culprit stomping on the floorboard.
Like a seesaw.
That impact make floorboard come loose.
Looks like we got ourselves a good old-fashioned seesaw homicide.
That's not a thing!
Wait, what the hell's a seesaw homicide? That's fucking crazy!
You just made it up!
The craziness is what really makes the killing game fun, you know?
He's not wrong.
They can't get away with murder the normal way, so they gotta think outside the box. Kudos, culprit! You did a great job keeping me entertained.
Oh.
Indeed. Well played, Himiko.
Himiko? I doubt Himiko could have done that.
It was you, wasn't it? The one behind the seesaw homicide.
I'm sorry, but you're the one who's just making everything pointing to someone else now. You're the one who put the sheet over. You would have seen the sickle.
Huh? Why her?
Yeah, why Himiko?
Because she's the only one capable of carrying out this plan.
No, she's not.
The only one? Why's that?
Because this seesaw homicide required its location to be prepared beforehand.
And you prepared it!
By cutting the crosspiece beneath the floorboard, you mean?
Then the culprit would need to lure their victim into the prepared room. That is why you chose that room for the seance. Is it not, Himiko?
I'm pretty sure if we go into the other rooms, we'll all find them all have the same layout. However, there are 3 empty rooms. Which one shall we use? The middle room. The middle room. Always best for stuff like this.
Oh yeah! Himiko was the one who chose the site for the seance!
But who was the one who wanted the seance?
She likely found out about my plans for the seance somehow.
How?
You were quite vocal about the seance, Kyo.
Exactly.
You even had instructions for it in your lab.
Our culprit, Himiko, prepared her seesaw trap ahead of time.
Really? I'm pretty sure that could have been done in all 3 rooms.
Then she waited for me to host the seance, and suggested the middle room. She led us all into holding the seance right where she wanted it. Then, she killed Tenko, all according to plan.
I don't see Himiko as a killer.
That's a lie, right? Himiko did such a thing?
No, she didn't. Himiko, stand up for yourself!
In the end, Himiko, who Tenko cherished and loved, tragically killed her.
Oh, shut up.
Wait! We don't know that, right?
Exactly, Gonta! You're on the right path.
He's wrong, right, Himiko? Himiko would never kill Tenko, right?
Kill Tenko? I killed Tenko?
What?
Himiko? What's wrong, Himiko?
Is this true? That use the middle room was Himiko's idea. But does that mean Himiko really killed Tenko? Would something like that really happen? Sounds so cruel. That's it for the first half, people! Let's hope the game doesn't crash again! Yes, I'll save, thank God.